Hello and welcome to the ABC Nerds Minecraft SMP World Tour. In this video, I'm going to be showing off all of our bases and sharing some interesting lore behind each and every one of us. This video is a full world tour, remastering parts 1 and 2. Well, this is going to be a long one, so sit back and relax. This is my second base. I made a second base because I lost my old account. I lost it because I forgot the password that was linked to the email used for the account. So rip. Over here is my bridge that I'm on right now. And it's also connected to my mineshaft here, which don't question it. Next we get my idea room. It's just a neat little room to remind me of build ideas that I have in case I run out of ideas. I also have another lectern to the side as well to show me my accomplishments in the server. I feel like doing this helps keep me productive in the server and keeps me motivated. So yeah, it's good. Now let's get to the real meat and potatoes, my first base. My tower here was my first build. It has 5 rooms from top to bottom. These include my basement, which has my nether portal, Henry, anvils, smelting, and a little bit of storage. Up the stairs, we have my entrance room. Next we get my storage room, my enchantment room, room for nothing, and my nether portal room, which also acts as a nice lookout on the base. The evolution of my base started in the mountains biome here. From a crab shack, to a tower, to a slightly better tower, my base has constantly been growing and changing. Next, we get my dragon. For my dragon, I use a schematic, but I changed the blocks used to bone blocks and deep slate. I made the wings as a black stained glass and the underbelly as cobbled deep slate. In total, I placed around 7,000 blocks in the span of the 1 week it took me to finish the build. Yes, for the nerds among us, I know it's a wyvern, but I'm still going to call it a dragon. Now for the deep lore of my mineshaft. I started by making a goofy R looking roof and began digging underneath with a stone pickaxe. By this time, I had begun using Instamine with the maxed out beacon in the distance. This definitely isn't the most efficient way to mine, but I really enjoyed making this area and overall I think it looks very, very good. This abstract state-of-the-art build is my storage room. I have lots of chests with item thingies above to show what item is inside each chest. I have hoppers underneath linking each chest to 3 more double chests below. The circular design makes going from one point to another as quick as possible. It's by no means the best design, but it's good enough for me. If you haven't noticed yet, I have terraformed my base with blackstone. spanning an area of around 200,000 blocks. Now you might ask me, why? It's looking cool. And it's good when you just want to shut your brain off, build and listen to a podcast or an album, or whatever you want to listen to. In my base, I have made some hidden rooms from when we played hide and seek. How many did I make? I have no clue. The ones on screen now are the best looking ones. I mean the ones I remember. My nether area here has changed from an abomination to what was I thinking to this is starting to look better to I like this now actually, and now to what colour is grass? Anyways, that's enough about my base. Let's take the ice highway to our next base. The towers you see here were the first builds he made at his base. There's a total of 4 towers here. However, there should be 5, but he has never started the 5th one. This is the entrance to the first tower, his brewing room, and this dude at the top.
Baba Booey.
The tower behind has a nice entrance, enchanting room, old nether portal room, and a map room. Next we get his black tower. Inside we get a bed and a crafting table, these guys again, and his fancy storage room with a really nice 3x3 piston door.
This down here is quite new. It looks pretty good, especially if you compare it to what it used to look like. Sadly, I won't tour the houses, because they're kind of basic, not good at life.
In the mineshaft here, there are numerous shops around. Most notably is the Reddit Gold shop.
He has read it, therefore he must kill himself.
There's also the cake shop. He also has a cool library here, which to me looks a lot like his university library. And a little mine area, where there's lots of ores scattered around the area. His 6th, but technically 5th tower is his storage room. But that's only on the surface. Underneath we get his breathtaking aquarium. He is also a weeb, as you can see from these anime girls. Yeah. And here's Link! It's Link from Zelda! Yo! Now, moving on, we get... As the owner of the server, She's worked to maintain and keep the server alive. In her main house, she's got a main entrance, portal room, enchanting room, and a storage room with 2 aquariums and a smelting room, mineshaft, brewing room, and the upstairs as a bedroom with lots of named objects. And here we have her really cool Master Sword shrine. And this is her other sword shrine. Here we have her really nice lighthouse. It was completed on this date here. But if we go up the stairs, we will see something different. A sign. A sign that says, "It's not been completed." She has also claimed land at everyone's bases. The fat rat inside of her couldn't resist to have crawled and squirmed around everyone else's bases, spying on us from our little nook and crannies, living in the walls and never seeing the light of day. The inner rat blossoming inside of her. Lastly, she is a master of making small builds and ruins, in not only her base, but all around the server. At spawn, the most notable build is the Dragon Egg Shrine, built by the one and only, the real MackeyD. Personally, I think its interior looks friggin' sexy, bro. Below is a giant pit made by everyone, but me. I wanted to help, but I was on holiday in Dorset. Yes, we are British! I know. Here are some pickies of the holiday, though. Everyone thought it would be funny if they finished the construction of the pit before I came back. Which they did. They all found it funny. But I didn't find it funny. In our oasis here, we used to have a bunch of axolotls, but they all slowly disappeared as drowns spawned and killed them all. They spawned because we didn't light up the water. We also have the legendary potty pooper. I mean Dream. OMG, it's the real Dream, guys! No way! He would never cheat! I love Dream! Over here, we have the tallest cactus in the server. I didn't know we had all these goats here. They're a thing. Over here, we have this cool little bar made by Tensivesine. We also have this boat racing ice rink around and spawn.
Fortnite und Cola!
And here, we have a map of everyone's bases, except mine, because I built the furthest away. His base is the biggest honeypot for creepers. This is evident by the countless craters around, making it look like your average Fallout game. Definitely not because I spawned the Wither here a few times. Now, I can't really give you a good view of the destruction. This is due to the giant dripping cock he has in front of his base. His main house here, designed to be a fancy ass modern type house, looks, in my opinion, okay at best. But behind this ugly exterior is an even uglier mess, filled to the brim with unfinished rooms that have been collecting dust. Apart from the upstairs, I guess. The upstairs looks fairly nice. Unfortunately, he's a big rat problem at his base, as Tensivesine managed to burrow herself into the walls, making a vast network of rat tunnels all around. Above the mound he built his base in, we get the I Love Fortnite sign, built by Ossieabc, MackeyDs and Tensivesine as a little prank. We made sure to keep it out of reach from his beacons and 2 blocks thick for the funnies. Senderbender soon found out. Unfortunately, he is very shy about sharing his feelings for games, so he attempted to tear it down, but he only managed to get as far as tearing down the heart before giving up, so for many months it was known as the I Fortnite sign. This was until I decided to rebuild the heart, restoring it back to its former glory.
Mining away. I don't know what to mine, I'll mine this end.
His work in progress bastion has some really cool and unique rooms, but it's a maze. I don't really like it, my cat doesn't really like it, no one really likes it. So this is all I'm really going to show. I don't want to get lost in the bastion again, so yeah. We also get the remains of PC Rehan's base. His base has 3 unique islands. On his first island, you get his main base, 2 nerd cats, nerd, his bedroom, the nice lookout area here, a storage room, and another storage room. This house here is a bar with a map of his seahorse looking base. He's also got a small market, which was one of the first things he built at his base. His old nether portal, and a nice relaxing bar by the beach. A cool campfire place. And a small little dock here, with the goblin boat, the goblin boat, the goblin boat. He's also got a hot grill here, with a cat girlfriend. And here's a quick look at some of the houses on this island. Moving on to his second island, we get a nice housing estate here. A dock with some witches that made recording it so damn annoying! And more random houses. His third island here is actually made completely by him, as it used to be part of the ocean. On this island, we get a cool Harry Potter style library, with a cool looking globe at the back, and some more random houses. Now, this base hasn't always had 3 islands, as it used to just be 1. It split into 3 because I ripped out a gargantuous fart and forced the islands to split apart. True story, by the way. His base has been named the best looking base by everyone in the server, including me. I can't help but see the resemblance to Hitino Village from Zelda Breath of the Wild. I mean, come on, look at this! There's also some boats built by him and Tensivesine. There's also this gorgeous floating island constructed by the legendary Orzake, which I4S4 doesn't like. There used to be a pillage outpost here, but he bombed it and widened the river to stop pillagers from invading his base.
Go for it, go. Nice shot. Oh no.
You ready?
Oh no! No, that's too close. That is close.
Oh my god, the whole
Okay.
is gonna get destroyed.
This base here is not his only one, as he has a few failed bases. He would like you to believe that these other bases aren't real, but that would be fake news, as he has not only 1, but 2 abandoned bases. The first base he made on the server had been lost to time, as there were almost no pictures of it, apart from one very vague image, where it hadn't even been completed. This hidden basement here is the only part which remains today, so we only had old wives' tales about how it really looked on the surface. Up until now, as I have done some extensive searching, to which I have uncovered one of the server's biggest mysteries. How ugly was his first base? Too ugly. I'm now glad he removed it. Now onto his second base. This one is not so hidden, as it is connected to the Nether Highway. It's got an average looking exterior with a nice fountain to the side, but the interior looks interesting, with an okay looking ground floor and top floor. But the downstairs is an atrocious looking villager trading hall. I mean, come on, you can't actually think it looks nice. And a piggo pen. Look at this dude. Recently, he's been working on a tower to the side here, but he didn't like it, so he blew it up.
Run!
Wow, how much TNT did you put in?
A fair bit.
It fills the entire thing.
Oh my god. He did it, right?
Oh, was it?
Was that it? In the land where taking the L is regarded as an honor, we get Wandering Ronin's base. Now, along this path, across the bridge, up these stairs, and beside this wonky driveway, we get a proud British man's house. Inside, the rooms are mostly empty, with just the basic Minecraft essentials. If we take a look out of this window here, we are greeted with a large grey blob. This blob is no ordinary blob, as it is Wandering Ronin's lighthouse. Taking a closer look at this blob, we find that it's not just a lighthouse, as there is a throne room inside, and a small mineshaft that doesn't even hit deep slate. Lastly, it's an incredibly rare sight to see Wandering Ronin actually log in, so he attracts the whole server whenever he logs in.
Can't be that hard to get like a phone microphone or something to just connect to a voice chat.
You're under arrest. Put your hands up.
See you. No. MackeyD is a very secretive individual, as most of what he has done and has accomplished goes unknown to many, if not all of us.
Some say he never blinks and that he roams around the woods at night foraging for wolves. Some say he's wanted by the CIA and that he sleeps upside down like a bat. Some say that he appears on high-value stamps in Sweden and that he can catch fish with his tongue. Some say he is illegal in 17 US states and he blinks this way.
But one thing we can confirm to be true is that he's a massive simp for Nia from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Entering his main house, we get a cozy entrance room. On this wall, we get some of his most prized possessions, with each item having its own unique backstory. Oh, and a enchantment table, but no one cares about that. Going down the stairs, we get his chest room, with each chest having a cryptic name, so only he knows which chest has what. Alas, this has not stopped some of the server's peasants from stealing. At this moment in time, these peasants are so good at stealing, they don't even need to look at the chest names to find what they are after, as they have memorized where each item is in their small peasant brains. We also have his first nether portal room, which I really despise for numerous reasons. 1. It looks ugly. 2. It's got a narrow path to enter. 3. The vines in the nether slow you down. 4. It looks ugly. 5. It's small. 6. I hate the iron doors. 7. It looks ugly. With his limitless wealth, he wanted to show off, but as subtle as possible. So he suited up numerous mobs with decked out gear. We get his drowned, his wither skeleton, and this elytra zombie. But this elytra was previously worn and owned by i4s4. His dumbass died here, and the zombie was just claiming it's free charity. On top of all that, he's got a beacon dispenser in his castle, a hidden vault in his library behind these bookshelves here, which is really an understatement of the amount of wealth he has accumulated. A netherite beacon, and many mob heads, and an array of beacons showing his true colours. Underneath the remains of this castaway village, through this small passage underneath the church, we get an underground gambling den. Sadly, he hasn't developed the casino into a booming backdoor business. Inside, the Crapjack Casino is a slot machine that he built, a card shuffler built by i4s4, and a slime farm. A slime farm? Really? Come on, I mean, is that all? Really? Why? Why? Why?
MackeyD, being competitive by nature, always has to be the best.
With everything, ranging from being the richest, to the best at PvP, and even horse racing. Yes, I said horse racing. Why? Just why? He has made a total of 2 different horse racing tracks. One which is really low effort and is becoming one with the desert, and the other hidden. Hidden from those who seek the best horse racing sanctuary around. With many trophy horses overviewing the racetrack and Pastor Patrick blessing the grounds. Being a secretive megamind, he has made countless farms, ranging from a cactus farm, a creeper farm, 2 iron farms, shulker farm, raid farm, Guardian Farm, Spider Farm, Gold Farm, Bartering Farm, Enderman Farm, Wither Rose Farm, and a hidden Wither Skeleton Farm, which was found by Weepslayer. After this encounter, rumours had spread around, and MackeyDs soon caught wind, so he did what any normal person would do. He blew it up. And lastly, a cool looking drowned farm, which is no longer with us, as MackeyD realised it wasn't really that useful, and he thought it looked ugly, so he removed it. If we fly between Nia's legs, we will see lots of his castle floating in the sky. During the construction process, he procrastinated a lot, and eventually gave up after making the floating island. So, as good friends, we thought that the only reasonable thing to do was a little trolling.
What a procrastinator. Now nice oh-ohs and oohs are here. And my own face is there. My little oohs, no ohs. That is very nice.
Not only that, but the infamous legendary group, known as the Church, no bias here, made an underground haven. Beautifully detailed from corner to corner, it's truly a masterpiece. 2 years later, MackeyD soon discovered this incredible mecca. He realised that this land had been blessed, so he decided to create a castle, protecting this holy land. Broge. Living in the Krusty Krab, we get Kai the Lord, who is an interesting individual, but he decides to cover his true personality behind the robot known as
Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku.
the Krusty Krab, being his main house as the essentials. Nothing more, nothing less. Moving on, we get his mine. It's nothing out of the ordinary until you realise he only used a stone pickaxe. No instamine, no enchants, just a normal stone pickaxe. This thing here is a note block song he made. I personally don't particularly like it, but I'm being forced to play it. Now, his villages here are nothing that special. It's only a few colonies here or there, and yeah, they're not really that great, so waffle, filler, random, yeah, mumble. Here, we get the Colosseum of Fools, housing many big server events.
Tonight to bring out all the goals to light, because the last we have to go. It's time.
Oh, he did it! To enter the end, we have 2 different portals. The first one, found, used, and decorated by i4S4, MackeyD, Tensivesine, Orzake, and Kai the Lord. I mean, it's just a parkour. I hate it. I mean, there's a lighthouse on Rainbow Road and nothing else. Look at this trash. Oh my god, bro. What the heck? The other, much better end portal is made by me, and only me. Beautifully decorated and designed, it's clearly way better than the other portal. For the dragon fight, long ago, we all grouped up as a server to take it down. Sadly, there is no known footage of the first fight. But, for all the end gateways, it was MackeyD who grinded the fight solo. What a loser. However, we eventually grouped up, ready to fight the dragon again after the 1.17 update dropped, as we all wanted the Spyglass achievement. During the very first dragon fight, the 2 biggest cowards, Tensivesine and i4S4, built this bunker under a pool. Now, the only entrance is through this tree here. In the end, we have 3 Enderman farms. One built by MackeyD, another by myself, and the last built by i4S4 and Tensivesine. Underneath the highway to the last Enderman farm, we get this giant stretch of water, placed here because Orzake's elytra broke when flying to repair his gear. He still died even with all this. He was actually going to my Enderman farm. What a bozo. This build here is i4S4's Endersea, which is very sus. Sussy. Among Us. Imposter. Sussy imposter. Among Us. This panda sanctuary was built by MackeyD. I have no clue why it's here, but it's here. The pandas have been mass produced in a race to get a brown panda, the rarest of the bunch. It took Tensivesine and MackeyD weeks to finally breed just one brown panda. Here we get my Moss March. It's the best trail of moss around the outskirts of the main end island. Hated on by many, but loved by me. Among Us! In a top secret location, we get the back rooms, built for no other reason but to look nice. Constructed by Tensivesine, i4S4, and myself, we mined and placed every block, which took ages. I wish you could insta-mine endstone, but how did we get all the concrete?
So that's when a stroke of genius came from
us.
For the first time ever in
ABC Nerds history,
slave labor was used to accomplish a community project. Was that good enough for you?
To finish off, we get my raid arena. Why is it the end? Why didn't I put a farm? Why don't you shut your dumb ass up? But, here's some clips.
Wee! Wee! Wee!
I just do hurt, don't they?
And this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching this longer than expected world tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I've got some more video ideas planned for the future, so stay tuned for when they come out. Why am I laughing now? Why am I laughing? I don't know. Why am I laughing? It's just a silent BC and me just laughing. Why? I can't stop. Help.
Record this.
I am recording.